Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a Valentine shaker card. There are two reasons for me bringing you a shaker card today. One is obviously because we're coming up to Valentine's and it's really nice sometimes to make your own Valentine's card and just have that special touch to your card, bit of a more thoughtful card than just nipping to the shop, but also because there is a lady in my team and also in one of my classes that said that shaker cards scare her. Yes, Sarah, I'm talking about you. I don't know why they scare her, and she didn't really know why, but she just said that, you know, she's not done one. So I thought, well, let's incorporate one in a tutorial because I know that she watches these. And also, hopefully then when she comes to my next class this month, she will be able to bring a shaker card that she's made and show me. So I'm going to show you how to do this one so that Sarah can see how easy it is. So I'll show you how I did it. So we have a base of real red, we have a layer of Whisper White, but this is the real red one on the top is 1/2 centimetre shorter and 1/2 centimetre shorter and wider. This one is 1 centimetre shorter and 1 centimetre thinner. I'm not using my words. Clearly it's too early in the morning to be doing any of this. But yeah, so I've done this one a bit shorter just so that when you come to line this up it's not as critical. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my jar, and I'm using the Jar of Love stamp set and framelits. So I've actually got a little pot of all my bits here just because I knew I needed so many bits. So I've got my jar, which is the larger of the three, and it does still fit with this one, and I'm just going to run it through my big shot. Now, I've not really given massive amount of consideration to where I want this. I know that I want the bow and ribbon across the bottom, and I know that I want my banner across the top. This lid actually sits in within the die cut there, so I don't need extra space on top. So really, I suppose it's almost central. So I'm just going to move that to one side while I'll bang my head on the tripod and bring my big shot in. And I'm sorry, yes, it does need a clean again. I just don't have time, too busy crafting. So I'm going to pop my card on, and I'm going to put it this way just so as I can actually see and line up where I want it. So I'm just eyeballing this to make sure that my gap is the same either side, and that obviously I've got space top and bottom and that it is straight. Pop my sandwich plate on the top and run it through. So we'll just take this out, move this out of the way. So there's all of that. Don't throw this away. I'm sure there's many of you that probably wouldn't anyway, but don't throw it away. I'm going to put this die away while I think about it because I don't want to lose them. So what I've done with my jar here, you can reuse it obviously if you wanted to on another card, but this is where I've used, and I'll just take these out. This is part of the Everyday Jars framelits too, and it nicely fits on here, and I think I managed to get 4 runs out of this one, which gave me these little hearts. As you can see, I've added some gold sequins into there, which are in the metallic sequin assortment, and I've literally just got my paper piercing tool and just picked out the gold ones that I wanted, hence it looking not like it's got much gold left. I'll have to find a project to use the other ones up. So I've used my jar to die cut all of my little hearts out that obviously are part of my shaker. So again, I'm just going to pop that away. So that's those hearts and that's that bit done. So the next bit to do then is to add a window sheet, which obviously I want to add to the inside. Now this one measures 3 inches by 4 inches, which in centimetres is 10 by 7.5. It is only a rough guess because, like I said, I just want to cover my jar but also have a little bit of an outline as well. So this is always the bit that gets me, trying to get my glue dots to stick. For some reason they just won't. I find the best way to do it is to stick them on and then try and peel them. It does seem to work that way. So if you sort of stick and bend your window sheet very gently, it just pulls them off. And like I said, this is just simply to cover that and to add that side of it there. So that's that bit done. Flip it back over and I'm going to do my lid. So I've got some white cardstock here, some basic grey. I'm going to grab a block, and I want this little jar lid that's in the stamp set here. So just grab him out and then just ink him up and stamp him on. Get rid of that, get rid of that. So now I want to die cut the jar lid out. So back in with my Big Shot and then just line my lid up with my framelit, which decided it's just going to keep shifting. Oh, come on, play the game. There we go. This better not move again. Squish him with the sandwich. Put him. Pull him out of the way. Put that out of the way. So there's my jar lid. Put my framelit away. So that's my jar lid. And I simply used 2 more glue dots on here. Just on the back to hold him, oops, in place. Not to my finger. So obviously we've got the window sheet here now. And this just literally needs to sit in the gap just there. So there's my jar lid on. And now I'm going to pop this to one side because now I need to do my insert. So I've heat embossed some gold hearts. So in fact, oops, let me just stamp and mist, give that a wash. I'm just going to rub my jar lid, give that a clean, get rid of him, because I actually now want the little heart out of here too. So I'll pop that one on there. So I'm going to completely wipe all of this with my embossing buddy, get rid of any residual grease and muck off the card. There's some mark. And I know roughly that my hearts only need to go where this jar is, so I'm literally just randomly putting a few on just to put them, as I say, randomly inside the jar. I've then got my gold embossing powder. Which obviously we put over my hearts. Got a little bit of coverage on there, so that's out of the way. Just pick my bits up that I need. Back in with my heat tool. Make sure this is warmed up. Embossing powder everywhere now. And then just heat my hearts up. Which hopefully shouldn't take too long once it starts to get warm. And you should be able to see the hearts changing. There we go. And heat those up. And that's that done. So once I've done that bit, then I want to stamp my other hearts in red, and on this one I actually used the Sure Do Love You hearts. So I used the Jar of Love heart, there it is, for the gold embossing, And then I quite like these I'm yours always. So I'm yours, just stamped in red, just like that. And then always just underneath. Perfect. Happy with that. Put those away. Just pop that to one side for a minute because I will need it again in a moment. So once that's all done, we can now adhere it to the bottom of our card base. So I'm just simply using my snail just to adhere this. And like I said, it's not super critical that you get this equal, because that's the whole point of having that top layer. So that's that bit done. And then next up we need our foam adhesive strips. And it's always sort of easy if you put your top layer on top and obviously put it roughly where you want it. Keep an sort of in your mind, work out where you're going to need your adhesive strips. Obviously I just need them to fit around the jar, so I know that this bottom heart here is roughly where my bottom one needs to go. So I'm just going to take, oh, it's not a full strip, take my strip here, that's the tacky side, and again I recalled that this was where the edge came in, so I'm going to sort of go to about there, which is ideal, and then I'm going to grab, if I can get them off, oh crumbs, come on, there we go. So I've got a longer one here, and again just wanting to eyeball now where it is, so around here. So I'm simply going to butt the end of this one up to there and take it to about there, and then just do the same with the other side, and then we can put our top on. And I've got this piece here which is pure look rather than anything else, fits just perfectly. Miracle. So what I advise you do now is bring in your embossing buddy again, just give it a little wipe because there'll be static in there, then add your shakies. So it could be sequins, it could be die cuts, it could be anything you like. Take your backings off and then pop your top in place. So excuse me while I get my head in the way, so make sure it's lined up, and then you just simply press on your foam strips, and there you go, shaker card made. Super easy. So that's that bit done. What we need to do now is decorate the front. So I want to add some gold ribbon across the bottom, so I need to trim a piece there, and I also need to make a bow, and I'm using the 1/8 of an inch gold ribbon here that's not going into a bow because I'm all fingers and thumbs. So there's my bow. I quite like that one. Just trim the ends off there. I then simply used some glue dots to hold the end of the ribbon in place, and literally just pop your card over, and then you could do this beforehand. I'm just obviously not concentrating. But just pop your end of your ribbon under there and stick him to the glue dot, and then just ensure that it's straight and do exactly the same this side, and make sure it's stuck to the glue dot. So there's my ribbon. Then I need to add my bow, which again I add with a glue dot, just onto the ribbon. And that's only because I'm rubbish at tying bows on the ribbon round the card. That's the only reason why I do it that way. I've then used some of these beautiful vinyl stickers, Painted Love gold vinyl stickers, and again you can choose any of them really, but I simply just grabbed a few and just sort of put them up the side. Just like that. Ooh, that one's completely come off the... came off the backing and now I can't get him off. Let's go for this one instead. There we go. And then let's put this larger one up at the top here. And then last but not least is my little banner. So I have some Whisper White, my Sure Do Love You, which just fits on there. Some real red. Stamp that on there. Grab my framelit out of the Lots to Love. Come on, out you come. Come on. Thank you. Which is that one there. Let's run it through the big shot again. Come on. So I just pop this one on here. Run it through. That's out of the way, and then I just simply added some dimensionals to the back of this one. And one little tip I will give you, if you're not sure of, if you haven't got the foam adhesive strips, you can quite easily use dimensionals. Obviously you'll need to line them up, but you can always use the strips here. Just cut them off and use those strips instead, and they work just as well. And there, obviously you can put a liner on the inside if you wish and insert, but there is your shaker card in less than 20 minutes. So Sarah, no excuse, they're dead easy, and I want to see yours on our class this month. Hope you all enjoyed my shaker card and hope to see you all again soon. Bye!